Okay, you're on.
Okay. Hi, Ariel. It's so nice to see you. My name's Amanda, and I know we briefly spoke on the phone. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Yeah, thanks for having me come in today. I really appreciate you making some time.
No problem. Thank you. I actually, the purpose of today's our meeting today is just to kind of get a brief interview on why you're here, what kind of things are going on, and just getting some background information on your family, the history, and then anything that you think is helpful to have me assist you with what's going on. So I'm going to ask you a few questions if you don't mind. Are you okay to get started?
Yeah, sure. Let's get started.
Okay, so what I wanted to do first is get some background information on your family. So do you want to tell me a little bit about your family structure?
Yes, well, it's me, my husband, and my little son, Sammy. He's about 4.5. He'll be 5 soon. Yeah.
So it's you and your husband and Sammy. Do
Yeah.
you have any brothers or sisters?
No, not yet. We're trying, but not yet. So far, just him.
Okay. Well, it's nice that you're trying. I hope everything works out for you with that.
Thank you.
So Sammy is 4.5, you said?
Yes.
Is
Yeah.
he in preschool or what's going on?
We're starting that process now. We're trying to get him in there, but I'm not. There's some delays. We can talk about that a little bit later. So yeah, we're trying to get him in a preschool.
Yeah, preschool's hard. It's so
Mhm.
challenging, especially for those little ones, and it's really competitive. So good luck with that.
Thank you.
So are we here to talk about you today? Are we here to talk about Sammy?
Well, we're here to talk about Sammy. There has been, I don't know, the last 2 weeks or so, he has been climbing in my bed at night. I put him down to bed around 8 o'clock, and then he comes to my bed. Sometimes he's crying, sometimes he just wants to hold on me. But it just keeps me up all night. And then if I try to take him out of my bed, he wakes up, and so
Yeah.
I just leave him there. But it's very uncomfortable because we don't have a very big bed. My husband is like 6'5", so it's just really difficult.
You must be really tired. I know I completely understand having a small bed, but then again, he's a little one and he's gone and you kind of,
Yeah, it is very cute.
yeah. So you said it started about 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
When Sammy was younger, did he sleep by himself or did he sleep in your room? What did that look like at first?
So when he was younger, when I was taking him from the crib, and there were times where I would let him sleep or sleep in my room, like I would have his crib in my room, and then we just got him a kind of a converted bed. Like right now, it's still kind of a crib, but it can convert later on to a toddler bed. So,
Okay.
so right now he's using that, but he was fine for a while. I would say maybe like 4 months sleeping
Okay.
in there.
Okay. So is his room close to yours or is it down the hallway?
It's right next door. We have a small apartment, so it's really.
Okay. So it's not, maybe he's not feeling like he's alone or on a different floor or anything like that?
I don't think so. I'm not really certain.
Okay. Well, let's talk about maybe what was happening 2 weeks ago. What helps me when I'm starting to get to know a client or get to know a parent when they're having some problems with their child is just get some background information on just all around the situation and when things started.
Sure. Well, I guess 2 weeks ago was his birthday, and
Ah,
yeah. So I remember. Well, no, I remember that my mother, she was sick. There was a whole big thing about her eating something, and she went to the doctors, but she was fine. So,
okay.
but then he ended up staying over with my sister and her 2 other kids that night, and we were gone the whole night, and then we came back the next day. So I just, I don't know. I think everything was fine. I heard that he slept throughout the night, but that was the first time that we weren't there when he woke up. So I guess that could be it, but I'm not really sure.
Yeah. He may have just, not that security of you not being there and being separated from you at night. It sounds like that
Mhm.
very possible thing. So when he came back home with you the next day, what was it like when he was going to bed? Did he go to bed at the same time? Did you return to your normal routine?
We tried to, but yeah, that's when it was really cute because he hasn't done it in a while. He wanted to stay in our room. So, of course, my husband let him, and we watched TV. And then it happened the next night, and then it happened the night after that. And then it wasn't just a nice occurrence anymore that he
It
would
must be
cry.
exhausting.
Yeah, it was just a big fiasco now. So,
Okay, well, it sounds like you put him, he was in your bed and, he fell asleep and then you guys took him to bed. And then when he woke up, maybe he, was having that recurrence of what happened the previous day and you not being there. So it sounds like maybe he just needs to get into the routine of things. But maybe what we can do is talk about different ways of how to get him back into sleeping in his own bed. I think I have some suggestions in mind, but I wanted to get a little bit more information from you
okay.
before I make those suggestions. So I know you said he's been sleeping by himself for about 4.5 months, right?
Yes. Yes.
And then, and that's in the toddler bed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then we talked about what we went over with him sleeping at his uncle's house and that, that was just a different change in your routine. What do you think is motivating or encouraging him to come into your room in the middle of the night and stay with you instead of being on his own? What's changed in that, 2-week period that is making him more motivated to be in your room?
Well, we do sleep with the TV on. My husband likes to sleep with the TV on, and although it's not his favorite, but he likes TV. So,
Yeah, of course.
so it could be that. And I mean, just to be with us, I think we're a big motivation for him. Especially we work all day, and we see him, when we come home. So I'm sure that has something to do with it.
Okay. Well, definitely, I am glad that you guys came in here now, that, it's been 2 weeks and that's right at that start of establishing, a new behavior. So coming in right now is going to really be beneficial for you to make those changes so that it doesn't become that habit. So is there anything, going back to, thinking about his motivation, is there anything that you and your husband can do differently that maybe you think would make it more motivating for him to stay in his own bed? Does he have like a favorite animal or?
Yeah. He has a little Thomas toy. He also has like a Thomas stuffed Thomas. It looks like a little stuffed animal, but it's a Thomas. So he really loves that. Maybe we could just put it in his bed at night. I know he doesn't always get it to take it to bed, so maybe we could let him take it one night or so and see how that works out for him.
Okay. Well, the purpose of today was just to get some general information from you. I do have one or two recommendations that I can make, and what we can do is set up an appointment to talk about how they worked, if that's something that you'd like. We could set up a follow-up appointment. One thing is that we definitely want to make sure that we are getting Sammy back into his own bed before it's becoming that long habit. So I think when you mentioned Thomas, I think that's a good, you're going to sleep in, giving him that background of, okay, Sammy, you're going to sleep in your own bed tonight, but here's Thomas, you get to sleep with Thomas, and Thomas is going to help you, and, just make it really fun for him to sleep in his bed again. The other thing is that while you're doing that, you're going to have to make sure that you guys aren't more motivating than Thomas would be. So if he climbs into bed with you, you'll just kind of redirect him back into his room and let him know, oh, you're sleeping with Thomas tonight. And, that way it's more fun for him and he's not getting that feedback from you. That would be one thing that I would suggest. So do you want to try that for now and then set up an appointment for next week? And we'll talk about.
We could do that. Yeah, I can make some time next week.
Okay, great. Let's try that. Same time next week. Does that work for you?
Okay, yeah, that does. Next Wednesday. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, great.
We're going to switch roles now.
Okay. Hi, Amanda. Thanks for coming in. I know that we talked a little bit over the phone about your son, Sammy.
Yeah.
I just wanted to clarify some things. I am at the BCBA at the Autism Home Support Center, and I'll be working with you. If you feel that our relationship is strong, I'll continue to work with you. If you choose not to, then we can work with some other means.
Okay.
So I know that we talked a little bit over the phone about why you're here, but can you explain a little bit further about why you're here and what you're looking for?
Yeah, well, we're actually here to talk about my son, John. John is just the cutest kid. He's 4 years old. Love him to death. He's an only child, so he's been very spoiled throughout his life. He's just, I don't know, he's just amazing. We love him. But we always had him because he would cry when he was a child and be by himself. We kept him in the room, so we had his crib in our room with him, and then when he became older, we just kind of transitioned from having him sleep in the crib to sleeping with us because we have this like gigantic bed, and my husband and I are kind of wanting to like get our own private time back again, and we're having a really difficult time getting Sammy to sleep in his room. He did for a few weeks, and now he's not.
So just to confirm, so you wanted to talk about your son, John. He's been having trouble staying in bed in his crib.
Yeah, it's awful. He's just crying and crying.
I bet. Can you tell me a little bit more about John and tell me a little bit more about your living situation?
Yeah, well, like I said, he's an only child. So it's me, my husband, and John, and he's a little one. We do live in the country, so very quiet. I don't know if that makes a difference, but it's not like a big city. We're just kind of just out in the middle of nowhere. So it's very peaceful.
Okay.
One thing. Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. It sounds like there's a lot that you want to talk about. Do you mind if we talk about a little bit further about what the behavior looks like that John is doing when he's getting out of bed? Is that okay that we talk about that?
Yeah, what I was going to say is now that we gave him another room, we're on different floors. So I was thinking he's kind of by himself, and so he's coming in the middle of the night, he's getting out of bed, he'll go to sleep, but I think once it's really quiet, he'll just climb out and then come in, he'll look for me, and he wants to sleep in the middle of us. And so he's just doing it over and over again.
Okay.
How to get him to stop.
Okay. So, do you think there's anything you could do differently? Because it sounds like that he's on a different floor than you are. It's quiet in his bedroom. So, do you think there's anything that you could change? Maybe in his bedroom.
It's a 2-bedroom place, but the 1 bedroom is on the first floor, and that used to be our office. And then on the second floor, we have the living room and our bedroom, and then just the bathroom. So what's hard in what we decided was that the downstairs was an office, and we would share that upstairs because it was safer. And then now that we're trying to get him to sleep in his own room, we don't want him falling down the stairs in the middle of the night, so we thought it would be better for him to go upstairs. But that does make it so he's alone. It's hard because we don't want to just put him in the living room, but we want to increase independence.
Okay. Well, I like that you're thinking about it and you thought about those things, so that's great. I wonder if there's anything else. Is there something that he's motivated by? Anything that, since it's very quiet, anything that he could listen to while he's in his bedroom? Anything maybe he could try?
Yeah, we didn't try. I gave him a stuffed animal, but maybe, I don't know, just maybe getting one of those like ambient noise machines so that it's not as quiet. Maybe it's just that, and maybe put the heat on or something. I don't know. Nothing happened, right, to make him just start doing this. Is it too soon?
It's hard to tell right now. And this is our first meeting, so we're gonna, I'm here to talk a
Oh,
little bit about some more background information. But I would be very open to maybe setting another meeting, and we can explore some things about his behavior, more things about the environment, and we could do that at another session if you
okay.
like. Great, great. So just tell me more information, just so I could prepare for our next meeting. So you said that that you could try the noise machine. So you said that he's the only child and you changed his recent living situation. Is there anything else that you feel that could contribute to him wanting to calm down and not stay upstairs?
No, I just think the setup of the house is bad, and we didn't
Okay.
see a problem when we moved in, but if it stays this way, we might have to move or something. It just
Okay.
yeah.
Great. And how often does he do that? How often does he get out of bed at night?
He'll go to sleep, but within an hour. It's pretty
Okay.
much daily. Within an hour of putting him down, he just won't stay in there. Like, he'll let us kiss him goodnight and we put him to bed, and then
Okay.
once we're back upstairs, it's probably not even an hour before he's out of bed and wanting to be with us.
Okay. So it sounds like he kind of, as soon as you put him to sleep, he'll just wake up and then he's back downstairs.
Yeah.
Great, great. And how is it for you that he's in the bed? What is that like?
It's just cramped. Like, we have a big bed, but he's been with us in that room now for over 4 years, and we want to make sure that we're increasing our independence as well, and giving him that independence to grow. So it's frustrating for us, just because we really want him to be able to do this, but we just can't. It breaks your heart when he comes in and cries, and you don't want to leave him alone. Because of his mom. I don't want to do that.
Right. So it sounds like it's very frustrating. At the same time, for you, you feel that you should have him there because he's crying for you. So it makes it really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have a hard time doing that too myself with my little one. So I can imagine.
Yes.
That
So hard.
yeah.
I know what the right thing is, but it's just harder. Yeah.
Right. Great. So I feel that we've gotten a lot of information. How do you feel about setting up another appointment next week?
I would like that. I hope that I'm really
Great.
excited to work with you guys. I know that I've heard really great things about you, and hopefully we can come up with some other ideas that will make this easier for us and make
That sounds great. And you know what? If you wanted to try out that noise machine, you could try it out, and then maybe when we meet next week, we could talk about it and see if that works. So that would be great. So
I'll buy the best one that they have if that make it work.
Yes, that's excellent. Okay, so are we good to meet next week at the same time?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, same day and time. That works for you?
Yes, that's perfect.
All right, great. Well, it's so nice to meet you, Amanda, and I'm looking forward to our meeting next week.
Great, thank you.
Great, you're welcome.